Quick, pause the video and comment below who you think would win and why. What's up everybody, I'm B-True and welcome to the first fight of my Naruto March Madness Death Battle Tournament. In this video we're pitting Sage Naruto against Might Guy in a 1v1 fight to the death. Okay, so some rules for this fight. It will be a fight to the death. No special outside items will be allowed to be used. Both characters will be in their prime with no pre-existing injuries or diseases. And for Might Guy, I will only be considering his abilities up to the opening of the 7th gate, since opening the 8th gate would kill him and then this fight would just be pointless. I will also be approaching each fight with the mindset that neither of these characters have met before, and so they know nothing of each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they have no bonds. All fights will take place in the Final Valley because it's just a really badass arena. I'm going to base this fight off of 9 categories that I did the research for and decided who has the edge in each one, and that will influence how I decide the fight is going to go and who I think would win. And those categories are strength, speed, stamina, intelligence, ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, important jutsu, and then special factors or intangibles that you have to consider. Alright, let's get right into it with strength. Now, Naruto is about average in strength for a shinobi, but Sage Mode increases his physical strength by a considerable amount. When fighting Pain, he threw a rhino that was stated to be 50 times the size of a normal rhino. Now, depending on which breed of rhinoceros you look at, this is around 225,000 pounds. Then consider that he not only stopped it from rampaging, he then threw it at least half a mile into the air. Might Guy, on the other hand, has spent his entire life training his body to perfection due to his lack of proficiency in ninjutsu. In his normal form, Guy can break large rocks with his nunchucks, putting him in the top 1% for physical strength in the Naruto universe. On top of that, Guy has the 8 gates to increase his strength even further. Each gate that he opens increases his strength by a couple times, although the exact amount is not known. With this, he's able to punch so hard that the air pressure alone can cause severe damage to his opponents. So while both fighters are extremely strong, I have to give the edge in strength to Might Guy. Speed. Naruto's speed is roughly equal to his strength. In base form, he's around average speed for a shinobi, but in Sage Mode, he's incredibly quick. Fast enough to use the body flicker technique, making it look as if he has teleported to a new location. As for Might Guy, his speed is again in the top 1% for all shinobi in the Naruto universe. He's consistently able to attack characters without them being able to react in his base form. The 7th gate further enhances his already impressive speed to the point where he can contend with Ten Tails Madara with his taijutsu, as well as move his feet so fast that he can jump off the air itself. For this reason, Guy gets the edge in speed, and when he's in his 7th gate, it's not even close. For stamina, we're looking at the physical stamina as well as their chakra reserves. So Naruto has very good physical stamina. He's shown the ability to fight for long periods of time and take incredible beating in the process. On top of that, Naruto has one of the highest chakra pools in the Naruto world due to his ability to tap into the Nine Tails chakra. Add on top of this, his ability to utilize Sage Chakra, and his overall stamina is probably only surpassed by Madara and Hashirama. The only drawback is that his Sage Mode has a limited duration and he can only refresh this 2 times in battle. Might Guy also has great physical stamina. In fact, as far as pure physical stamina, he probably has the best out of any character. This is due to his constant training, regularly doing thousands of push-ups, sit-ups, doing 500 laps around Konoha, and other exercises. His chakra reserves aren't very well known because he does not use ninjutsu or genjutsu in his fights. He does have one drawback though. Whereas his 8 gates give him superhuman strength and speed, the toll it takes on his body is tremendous and severely drains his stamina. In some forms, he even evaporates sweat so rapidly he appears to have an aura around him. Due to the use of the 8 gates drain on his body, I have to give Naruto the edge in overall fighting stamina. Intelligence is going to be planning, perception, and the ability to adapt. Now let's get this out of the way. Neither of these ninja are overly smart. Naruto has flashes of brilliance in his ability to plan ahead with his shadow clones to close the gap in fights. Generally, though, he approaches fights with a head-first mentality and makes it up as he goes. He gets away with this due to his extreme durability and eventually adapts to his opponent in order to get the upper hand. Sage Mode helps with this a lot. Sage Mode gives him very wide perception around him, giving him the ability to sense threats before they become a real danger. It also allows him to figure out his opponents quickly by giving him acute knowledge of their chakra usage. Guy, like Naruto, is generally pretty dumb in everyday life, but makes up for it with his battle knowledge. Guy has shown that he can't even remember Kisame, a man with gills and a shark's face. However, it is stated that Guy came up with his own unique way of fighting Sharingan users by reading their feet to know their attacks, thus allowing him to nullify their genjutsu. This shows he's actually very intelligent when fighting. His perception and planning are subpar, however. He has fast reflexes, helping him to avoid trouble in most instances, making up for his lack of perception, and his plan is normally just to overpower the opponent with speed and strength. Naruto gets the win for intelligence due to Sage Mode's ability of perception being so strong. On to ninjutsu. For a long time, Naruto was quite bad at ninjutsu, opting to use his fists and shadow clones in fights. Eventually, he learned the Rasengan and began creating multiple attacks revolving around this. His Rasen Shuriken attack is extremely devastating, especially in Sage Mode since it can be thrown. On top of this, he can also summon toads to help him fight and use the toad oil to create a wind release toad bullet attack. Sage Mode increases his ninjutsu potency as well as the number of attacks that he can perform. Might Guy never uses ninjutsu apart from the occasional summoning jutsu. There's a common misconception that he can't use ninjutsu, which is wrong. He can, he just chooses not to. Some of his attacks look like ninjutsu, but it's simply his taijutsu taking on the forms of animals. So Naruto easily wins this category. Taijutsu. One of the biggest benefits of Sage Mode is the increase to a user's taijutsu. Not only does this increase their perception and allow the user to sense attacks and dodge easier, it also utilizes nature energy to increase the range of the user's attacks. Because of this, Naruto doesn't have to land his punches. He simply has to swing close enough for the invisible nature energy to strike his opponent with all the force of the punch itself. On top of that, Naruto has learned Frog Kumite, utilizing deception and sleight of hand to misdirect his opponent, allowing him to land attacks more easily. Guy Sensei was proclaimed the strongest taijutsu user of all time by the Ten Tails Jinchuriki Madara, and almost one-shot him in his 8-gate form. His taijutsu is simply unrivaled. He's able to punch so fast that his fists ignite the air, shooting fireballs at opponents, and he can tap his hand with enough force to send a tiger-shaped air pressure bomb capable of causing massive damage. So no surprise here, but Guy wins taijutsu. Neither character uses genjutsu, so it would be a waste of time covering this category. It's a draw. Okay, it's time for the important jutsu. Now Naruto has a few significant jutsu to mention. First, obviously being his Rasen Shuriken, an attack that dismantles an opponent on a subatomic level, closing off their chakra points and pretty much killing anyone it hits. On top of that, he has his multi-shadow clone jutsu and his giant Rasengan barrage. For Might Guy, he has 3 notable attacks. His Reverse Lotus, which is basically a high-speed flurry of punches after opening the 3rd gate, causing extreme damage to the opponent. His Morning Peacock, which is used by opening the 6th gate, then punching so rapidly that the user shoots balls of fire from their fists. This attack can produce thousands of fireballs and can be used at a distance, and is even stated to be strong enough to stun tailed beasts for a time. Finally, he has his Daytime Tiger, which is performed by opening the 7th gate and sending a massive amount of air pressure at the opponent in the shape of a tiger. The air pressure then explodes, sending shockwaves that can be felt a very large distance away. This category is very close, but I have to give a small edge to Guy. His attacks are all performed extremely quickly with little to no build-up time, and due to his speed of the attack, most opponents cannot dodge them, unlike the Rasen Shuriken that has a travel time. So Guy wins important jutsu. Finally, let's talk about the intangibles of this fight. Naruto's Sage Mode gives him not only the speed and strength to contend with Guy, but the increased perception will be a huge benefit against an opponent as fast as Guy. On top of that, you have Naruto's infamous ability to take damage that would kill most people and keep getting back up. His drive to win is a huge factor that also needs to be considered. Finally, I know you're all wondering, but yes, we have to keep in mind that the Nine Tails will play a part in this fight. The Nine Tails can take over in moments of rage, but also in moments of dire need. If pushed to the brink of death, the Nine Tails can take over Naruto's body, similar to his fight with Pain. Now for Guy, his special factor is the 8 gates. The increases to his strength and speed are not directly known, but it is enough to give him some of the strongest attacks in the Naruto world. As I said earlier, we will only consider up to the 7th gate for his fight. Guy also has a very intense drive to win. Overall though, the Nine Tails is too big of a factor to ignore, so Naruto takes the final category. Alright, here we go, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the fight. Now here's how I think the fight would go down. I expect this fight to start off the way most fights go with Naruto. He'll create a few shadow clones, charge at Guy to get a feel for him. Guy will easily defeat these shadow clones, then attack Naruto. They'll swap hands, feeling each other out for a while, and I expect each to land a few good blows. Guy will overwhelm Naruto with his speed to land a few good kicks and punches, and Naruto will respond with his Frog Kumite and Nature Energy, landing a few hits back. At this point, Naruto will know Guy is faster than him, and he will need to get creative, while Guy will start to understand he needs to be careful fighting Naruto straight up. At this point, Guy will break out the nunchucks, while Naruto will start using his clones to try to hit Guy with a Rasengan. Guy's nunchucks will help him against Naruto's taijutsu, since the added range will keep him further from Naruto, making it harder for him to get hit by Naruto's nature energy attacks. Now Guy is too fast to be hit by any of Naruto's Rasengan, but due to the sheer number of clones Naruto can create, he would eventually take a few really good punches. Up to this point, the fight should be pretty even, Naruto having a slight edge due to his numbers. Guy will soon realize that he needs to use his 8 gates if he wants to contend with Naruto. Upon opening the 2nd gate, Guy will easily be able to take out all of Naruto's shadow clones and quickly take the upper hand. At this point, Naruto summons out Gamabunta to help even the odds. With Guy focusing on Gamabunta, Naruto uses the opportunity to create some shadow clones and flank Guy. Due to Guy not having the ability to perceive threats and having to use his instincts, I see Naruto landing a pretty sizable blow on Guy with one of his clones Rasengan. Damaged but not broken, Guy opens the 3rd gate and uses his reverse lotus to take out Gamabunta. He then turns his attention to Naruto, completely running circles around him and doing significant damage. Tired and hurt, Naruto realizes he has run out of Sage Chakra. He quickly releases a shadow clone to reinvigorate him with nature energy and summons forth a massive army of shadow clones. He forms large Rasengan in each shadow clone's hands as they jump towards Guy. At this point, Guy opens the 6th gate and uses his Morning Peacock attack, sending balls of fire rocketing towards the shadow clones. Each fiery punch has been shown to evaporate water, so they would easily take out each of the shadow clones. As Guy falls to the ground, a Rasen Shuriken flies toward him out of the smoke from his attack. Almost drained of energy from opening the 6th gate, Guy has no choice but to close the 6 gates and summon his turtle, using him to jump to the side, narrowly missing Naruto's ultimate attack. With that Rasen Shuriken, Naruto is completely out of Sage Chakra and shadow clones to replenish it. Guy is also exhausted, but due to his intense training, he's able to continue fighting in his normal form. At this point, the fight is extremely one-sided, with Guy landing blow after blow on Naruto, who's unable to keep up with Guy's speed without Sage Mode. Pushed to the brink of death and losing consciousness, Naruto feels his control slip. The time has finally come. The Nine Tails seizes his opportunity and takes control of Naruto's body.
そうだ、痛みを知れ。
unable to completely break the seal, the Ninetales is still able to manifest all 9 of its tails and use most of its chakra sealed inside Naruto's body. The Ninetales begins violently thrashing, attacking Guy. However, its increased size comes at the cost of some speed, allowing Guy to dodge most of his attacks. Infuriated, the Ninetales starts shooting off tailed beast blasts one after the other. Guy knows he has to finish this quickly if he wants to survive. Using all the energy he has left, he prepares for his final deciding attack. Guy opens the 7th gate. His skin turns bright red as he's engulfed with the blue aura of his sweat rapidly being excreted and evaporating off his body. The Ninetales sees this and charges a giant tailed beast bomb. Seeing an opportunity, Guy dashes forward in an instant, delivering a bone-shattering kick to the Ninetales' jaw, causing the chakra bomb to explode point blank in its mouth. Guy's able to avoid the explosion by jumping off the air to safety. However, the force from his kick was enough to break his leg and cause muscle damage, leaving him hobbled. The Ninetales, angrier than ever, sustained heavy damage from the blast, but lunges forward for the kill. Down to his last hope, Guy unleashes his most devastating attack, the Daytime Tiger. Putting all his force into the attack, Guy sends a giant tiger-shaped blast of air pressure screaming towards the Ninetales. The Ninetales lets out a roar as he collides with the attack. The resulting explosion and shockwave level the surrounding area, sending Guy flying. The battlefield is silent. Finally, Guy awakens, with a few broken bones, torn muscles, and bleeding heavily. He sees Naruto, standing in the center of the leveled field, no longer consumed by the Ninetales. Barely conscious, Guy hobbles over to Naruto, refusing to back down. As he gets close, Naruto takes a step towards him. Guy braces for the attack as Naruto falls to the ground. Overcome from the intense damage done to his body and completely out of chakra, Guy pulls out his nunchuck as he lands the final blow to finish off Naruto. The battle is over. So what really determined this battle in my mind was Guy's superior speed and strength in his base form compared to Naruto. Since Sage Chakra has a limited amount of time it can be used, eventually Naruto would run out of this, which was his only real way of contending with Guy in taijutsu. Guy might not be the smartest ninja, but he's entirely too fast to get hit by a Rasen Shuriken, taking Naruto's strongest attack out of the fight. From a numbers standpoint, Naruto could overwhelm Guy, but only until he started opening his 8 gates. After the 3rd or 4th gate, he would be fast enough to take out large numbers of shadow clones with single punches, as well as having the perfect attack in his Morning Peacock to take out an infinite amount of shadow clones, due to him only having to punch, sending fire blasts to combat each one. He demonstrated this against Kisame. The final thing to consider was the Ninetales, and what effect it would have on the fight. At first, I thought this would be a huge determining factor, until I considered just how deadly Guy is when he's in his 7th gate. In the fight against Pain, Pain was able to hold his own against the Ninetales at almost its full power after taking over Naruto. Guy's strength would easily be enough to damage the Ninetales in his 6th gate, and the 7th gate increases his speed and strength multiple times more. In the end, with Guy's ability to dodge the Rasen Shuriken and his mastery over taijutsu, I have to give him this victory, though I believe it would be an incredibly close fight. So there we go. We have Guy Sensei winning the first fight against Sage Naruto and moving on to the next round. Next fight will be Hidan versus Darui, a matchup I am particularly excited to research and form an opinion on. Please click the like button down below since it really helps me out, and please subscribe to my channel so you can watch the next fight when it gets released. Also, let me know what you guys think about this. Did you enjoy this style? Did you enjoy the fight commentary? You know, if you think Sage Naruto should have won, let me know why. If you agree that Guy should have won, let me know why. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this format of this battle here, and if you want me to change anything or if I should keep it the same. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking through the video up to this point. Please remember that this is just my subjective opinion. So this obviously does not mean anything whatsoever. It's just meant to be entertaining, and this is what I believe would have happened. So everybody, please have a great day, and peace.